Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Gosh, more snow. What fun. Let's see who's here, shall we? Oh my golly bleeding gosh, there's a ton of peeps here. Oh, we don't need to do that now, thank you. Can we just behave like a proper thing you're supposed to do? Thank you. 2 fingers. Oh my gosh. Well, let's start at the beginning. And first at the rota today, hello Taylor, hello Logan, hello Peggy, hello Wendy, hello Gilda, hello Savannah. Savannah kicked us off with our very first super chat. Thank you so much. I'll talk about those in half a second. Savannah's going to say lots of things. We'll come back to you. Hang on a second. Yoff says good morning. Hello Yoff. I've no idea why my phone is making funny noises. It's probably trying to connect to the camera system, which is fine. Yoff sent us a super chat as well. Thank you. Lizette has sent us a super chat as well. 333. Good number. We have Jess. We have Susan. We have... Come on, who's this person? I can never remember. Shauna. Why can't I remember that? Because a name is nothing like a name on the thing, isn't it? And Jess has sent us a super chat as well. Thank you. Oh my God, and everything's going nuts here. Hold on, I have to go back. It all jumped. Okay. And our Laurie's here. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Kimberly. She's here. Anna Maria Ready, Set, Go has sent us a super chat. Thank you very, very much indeed. He doesn't, he's loud, but Anton named him that. Who? What?
Just sent her super chat so that Bob could have a reading.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that bit. Okay. Jen Johnson, good morning. Hello. She's here as well. And Helena Rose, hello. And hello, Meredith has sent us a super chat as well. You guys are just awesome. Right, let me go back and say thank you to the super chats. And I'm sure Lisa's got 1,000,001 things to say. You already got us 6 out of 15. It really, really helps our channel grow if we can hit this target, peeps. And just, spam those hearts. Like this, like it if you haven't already liked it. Share it if you haven't already shared it.
I think that it helped a lot to put it up a day early.
It did, I think.
Maybe we should put it up a couple days early,
because
then people get reminded.
Can we please stop doing this? Thank you. There we go. I think that's everybody thanked on Earth. Oh, no, there's Jen Johnson as well. Sent us a super chat. 7 out of 15. And Susan sent us a super chat.
That's her second one.
Oh, thank you, Susan. All right. Well, I'll let you catch up with it because you were reading the comments while I was trying to.
Well, I was just writing down everybody who gets a card because I don't want to miss out on reading somebody. So I'm telling you straight up, there's a lot of cards here. I might have to do all the readings today.
Because we have an appointment. I have an appointment, which Lisa's coming along to. So I have an appointment straight after this. So we unfortunately can't go on for about 2 hours, which we'd love to. So we're going to kind of cut to the chase. But please do spam those hearts. Get that chat rate up. Share, do the thing. All the things. The things with the things. You know the things. All right, what you got for us today?
All right. Well, I think that we need to understand that the energy right now is the most intense it's probably been in most of our adult lives.
You could say that again.
Honest, right?
I can feel it.
There is layers and layers of things, both going on with the inner personal planets and with the outer generational planets. And we've been talking about it, yammering on about it for, I don't know, a year and a half, probably. And, saying this is going to happen, meaning what's going to happen with the astrological events. It's very, very difficult to predict exactly what's going to happen with our personal response or reaction to those events. But if we are forewarned, we're sort of forearmed.
That's
right?
the theory, isn't it? That's the theory.
And sometimes we have really difficult choices to make about how we're going to either respond or react to the energy that's coming in.
Hello, Cassie. How you doing?
Good. You didn't talk in the middle of my sentence. You waited till I finished.
I promised I wouldn't.
Because I'm really being affected by what's going on. That's the awful part of being a sensitive. And I wasn't joking before when I said if I get stopped mid-sentence, I don't know where I was.
Sounding surprisingly Canadian. I don't know where I was.
I don't know where I was. All right.
That's it.
So first and foremost, I want to talk about a need for everybody to figure out a way to stabilize. Right?
Put your training wheels back on.
So many things are being affected, right? Our sleep patterns, our health patterns, our thought patterns, our speech patterns, all kinds of patterns. And we have to find a way to deal with the anxiety, the waves of anxiety too that we're picking up on, and figure out how to regain our balance and composure.
Comport ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we've got like 3 chunks of things we want to talk about today. So you can see it's not just like one thing happening. It's a bunch of things. And I remember Aunt Hazel, who was also an Aquarian, she was really funny because most people's saying is, well, if it isn't one thing, it's another. And hers was, if it isn't one thing, it's 2. And right now, it isn't one thing, it's like 100.
It's not one thing, it's your mother.
And then, of course, these things are affecting each of us very individually, right? Because we all have a different blueprint. We all have a different natal chart. So these events are going off in different places. Like we have houses that are about the self, and houses that are about finance and career, and houses that are about, health and service, and houses that are about self-undoing and justice, and all these different components. So you may be dealing with these events collectively, but you also have them individually. So, not to be pushy, but I am doing natal chart readings again. So if you really feel you need some help, I'm offering just plain sit down with me. We'll have a natal chart talk. I'm offering transits. I'm offering tarot scopes, and I'm offering the past life, Inception, 0 degrees Aries, past life stuff. But you could do a lot of this work for yourself, right? Or you could join the academy where we talk about this work too.
I was going to plug that shamelessly because she just did that and it was really good.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
how does the eclipse affect you?
How does it affect you? And I think we'll talk in general, because I can't speak individually to everybody. I don't even know everybody that's listening.
It's almost impossible, isn't it?
But we'll talk in general today about these 3 major things that are really, really in a condensed configuration and affecting, the world. You're going to have a past life. Cool. All right. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is that we're in eclipse season.
We're only a few days away from a lunar eclipse, aren't we?
Right, yeah. So we're in that in-between the solar eclipse on the new moon, which was in Aquarius, and we talked about that last week a bit, and the lunar eclipse that's coming in Virgo, right, on the...
27th?
No, the 3rd.
Oh, is it the 3rd?
Oh,
we're about a month away, aren't we?
No,
a week away.
A week away.
I'm sorry.
I didn't write the date down, but I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd. Okay.
We ought to know.
It's either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I'm really sorry.
Ain't far away. That's for sure.
We're in the middle of this. I'm just bombarded, and I can't. There's so many things and dates and numbers. I could tell you that it's at 12 degrees 52 minutes.
She knows that.
If you could find 12 degrees 52 minutes in your chart, then you know where this eclipse is happening.
Oh, look at this. Jess Johnson says it's actually 3:3 at 3:33. Is that 3:33 a.m.? That would be so cool, wouldn't it? I have to look that up now. I bet you're bleeding right.
All right, and it's at 12 12 minutes, 12 degrees, 52 minutes. And what's that? 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 10. And if we just said 12 degrees, we could say it's at the degree is a 3 as well, but it's really in the second decade of Virgo, which adds a little bit of Capricorn energy. All right.
It is. 3:33, 6 days time, yeah.
Yeah.
3:33.
All right, 3:03 at 3:33.
Oh, that's not significant.
So I'm telling you, it's the most intense, crazy astrological stuff we have going on. All right. So this eclipse is on the Virgo-Pisces axis. And we may have noticed that the solar eclipse was very late degree Aquarius. And now this lunar eclipse is in Virgo. And then we'll have the opposite pairing in Pisces and Leo when we get towards the summer. The end of summer, Leo and Virgo. And then the nodes are going to shift, which is another big deal, but that's another story for another day.
It's always good to shift your nodes.
Right now they're in the Pisces-Virgo axis, and this is what's happening. So let's hear a little bit about these things. What can we expect the energy to be during a lunar eclipse?
Well, as you know, a lunar eclipse can only occur where where the sun is on the ecliptic, which it is right now. I think it's within 7 degrees or something total span, so 3 degrees either side, and it occurs during a full moon, a lunar eclipse. So that's when kind of like the
sun and moon are opposite.
Exactly, and we get in the way of the sun's rays onto the moon, kind of thing. That's what sort of happens. So it is actually seen as a time of really intensified emotional energy. Bear in mind the moon affects your emotions, and it also kind of obfuscates things. Cold-hearted orb that rules the night, kind of thing, removes the colors from our sight, and we have difficulty perceiving illusion and all that sort of stuff. And now when we throw an eclipse in the mix as well, this can be quite jarring, can't it? Because it can indicate endings, potential for change, karmic lessons, fated events, all that sort of stuff. But the biggest takeaway, I think the biggest takeaway, is the intensified emotional energy. Lunar eclipses tend to amplify. Oh great, now we're having the Mercury first day the Mercury retrograde, of course, so hopefully we're not gone too stuttery. Lunar eclipses are believed to amplify the emotional tides, because the moon cubs the tides represented by the moon, leading to heightened feelings and heightened reactions.
Okay, so we're going to see a lot of events that have to do with water. Okay, we're going to see an unusual amount of rain and snow and floods, tidal flooding, and things going on with our oceans, rivers, even potential disruption of the flow, or possibly contamination. But there's going to be a big focus on water and water events, rain, snow, ice, and emotions. Okay.
Avalanches, maybe. That sort of stuff, yeah. The other thing that eclipses, especially lunar eclipses, are known for is endings, releasing, getting stuff gone, eclipsing it from your life, quite literally. And astrologically, the full moon symbolizes culmination and release. We've got to that sort of peak point, and it either has worked out or it ain't at this point. You kind of know for sure. So lunar eclipses is like the full moon suddenly on steroids at this point, and it can intensify this energy, and those transformations can be quite severe and
hope that this is getting out to people.
It is, but there may be some buffering. I apologize. We're doing the best we can. We have no control over the intertubes.
So now the signs that are involved, right, are the Virgo full moon and sun in Pisces. So those two signs are going to be first affected, and those two placements in your chart, wherever you have Virgo and Pisces. Then the other two mutable signs are going to be squared. So that's Gemini and Sagittarius. So those points in your chart might also be getting a little bit of this emotion or aggression. And I want us to think about Virgo's energy, because that's the eclipse that we're having. So right now we're going to see right now, and through this eclipse that's coming, and then drips and drabs of it all the way through till the next set of eclipses, because these aren't isolated. This eclipse isn't held to 3:33 on the 3rd. That's when the event happens. But we feel it coming in and we feel it going out, and there's going to be drips and drabs of whatever is pointed out or illuminated to us, or dug up between now and the summer's eclipses. So Virgo has a focus on health and health regime. Like, what are your physical habits? What are you doing that's really good that you want to make sure you continue to do? And what are you doing that's really bad for you? And how are you going to change your routine to fix that, right? Change can bring big anxiety, and Virgo's also about
They don't like change,
right?
don't they? Virgo does not like change.
Right. And then Pisces doesn't like us to release bad habits. Pisces kind of gets attached to their...
It's my addiction.
Right. So we can see this energy kind of playing out. Oh, there's Anna.
Oh, hi, Anna. How you doing?
Freezing weather in Florida. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Okay.
No, it's not Anna. That's Anna. No, unless that's
still
that's
Anna
Marie in Florida.
Oh,
She's saying
sorry.
it's freezing in
I thought
Florida.
it was the
It's
other
not our Anna.
I got it. Okay. Strangest prophetic style dreams. Well,
I
that's
bet.
Pisces, right?
Oh, I bet.
All right. So this eclipse is going to ask us to seriously have a look. Like, what are you having anxiety about? And how can you gain stability there so you don't have that anxiety? What can bring you grounding and focus? What can help you see the truth? What can help you bring a way of balancing things, right? So think about some habits that you have that maybe aren't the healthiest, and think about how you want to have conversation with yourself to fix these habits, right? It might be a financial thing, it might be a health thing, it might be an emotional thing, it might be a relationship thing.
Could be all of them.
It could be all of them, the way things are going. But just like try to say, okay, how do I want to stabilize this? And how can I, for me, receive all this energy and information that's coming in from wherever, on whatever level, and how can I release what really doesn't belong to me, and how can I process what really does belong to me? Like, what am I not seeing? I always talk about when Pluto went into Virgo, that generation is the generation that wants a therapist, right? So Virgo wants that analytical stuff. So analyze yourself and think about giving yourself some really good old therapy.
It is very true, because there's two things going to happen. And in the words of the protest song, a change is going to come. A change is going to come. And there ain't nothing you can do about that change coming. So you better be prepared, and you better be willing to accept change, because eclipses are indeed gateways for transformation. They will push you. They will push you to confront challenges and make those necessary changes. It is not possible to well, you can try, but it ain't going to work out well. Splashing around in that big old river.
Well, you can miss the opportunity, but then you don't get past it.
Yeah. The only way past is through here. The only way past is through, which kind of brings us into the karmic lesson of what's going on here, because it was fated to begin this period of introspection. Introspection, and realizing that it is ultimately down to you. You can change nothing in this world as an individual, but you can change yourself. And when you change yourself, just by simple algebraic magic or whatever, everything changes because it's about your relationship with everything else, your reality. And you change your reality, things change. What say you, boss?
I say very much so that we have an opportunity here to deal with karmic lessons. There's a lot of other things happening that we'll talk about in a bit. We're just still on the eclipse.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is expect the unexpected, because eclipses can cause things to come right out of bloody left field. They're known to bring unexpected developments, rapid challenges. These could be, I don't know, but you're going to be forced to take swift action. And action, it needs to be calculated. It needs to be swift and calculated. You need to know what the hell you're doing. You're just flying around, and having a plan might be a good idea here.
And there's something else going on feeding that I quoted in our little thing that said Mars.
Oh God, yeah.
Square Uranus.
Mm.
But we'll talk about that later. Right now we're just sticking to the eclipse.
Eva, thank you for the super chat. Awesome. We'll stick you on the list.
Eva on here.
We only got 5 more to go, folks. If you can manage to do that, it really does help our channel.
Well, I don't know
grow.
who else is hanging out listening.
Well, I don't know. If
all right.
This must be somebody there. So
But we've got 30 viewers right now, which is pretty damn good.
we're getting there.
All right.
In and out, in and out.
All right, so expect the unexpected.
So what do you mean by that? What the I don't know what to expect. Yeah, but expect things you don't expect. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, so to speak. Yeah. Oh, gosh. The other thing is they can bring an intensity to an area of focus. Now, there's a good thing here, and Lisa's going to speak more to this, but this can illuminate specific areas of your life where you really do need to focus, be it relationship, career, health. Depends on your sign, depends on your house placement, as Lisa was saying earlier. It's well worth doing the little bit of research to see where that eclipse is affecting you, because it is going to affect you. It is going to affect you. But how it affects is where the energy is illuminated in your chart. So we can't go through everybody's chart here. We don't have the time. We don't have the luxury.
Yeah.
But if you are a member of the Academy and you haven't watched how's the moon affect you, how's the lunar eclipse affect you in your natal chart, then please go watch it, all right? If you were...
I think there were only 3 people that didn't go watch.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, no, it was actually pretty well attended.
No, I meant like over time. I go back and I see how many views. Now, maybe the same person watched it several times. I don't know that.
If you haven't checked it out yet, it's a worthwhile
But if you're in the
exercise.
Academy and you have, I have your chart in the Academy, it's probably best to go look there. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Laurie, for the super chat as well. So that just leaves us 4 to go.
So
4
now...
to go.
We've talked about looking to see, where is 12 degrees 52 minutes in my chart. I'm lucky enough to have it between Uranus and Pluto in my 2nd house. Conjunct them both. All right.
Was there sarcasm there?
But there's a transformation that's going to happen. But overall, Virgo rules employment, work, service, and health. So overall, we may see a big action taken in healthcare industry, and we may also see a focus on employment and AI and how people are going to transform themselves through this transformation, right? We're at the point where we cannot stop AI from happening.
No.
But we have to use it responsibly, and we have to call for regulations so that our water isn't contaminated, and so that there are things that could be done if we had regulation that could absolutely make this some brilliant innovation, like bringing forth quantum physics in the 20s. But it has to be done responsibly, putting these systems in particular places
Checks and balances.
where the weather works with, not against what's happening, and where they can build better processing, filtering, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's going to be a big focus on employment and jobs, and individually, how do we use this with a good purpose? And corporately, how do they use this with a good purpose? How do they take responsibility? Virgo's very responsible, and so is Pisces, a very responsible sign. Virgo has the attention to detail, and Pisces might be a little more dreamy, but both of them are signs with great integrity. The other thing that this energy does bring is this purification, right? Deep thinking, purging, and cleansing.
Certainly not all bad.
Right? We did talk about the signs that are affected most, which are Virgo, Pisces, then Gemini, Sag, the areas in your chart that have those 4 signs. And then, of course, Virgo is an earth sign. So it's going to trine the other 2 earth signs, which are Capricorn, Taurus. And it is also going to, speak a little bit to Cancer and...
Well, we're all by the moon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Virgo is going to be...
Virgo's going to be feeling it, because Virgo don't want to change. All the earth signs are like that. Change is bad for an earth sign, but a change is going to come, and there is nothing you can do about it. And it's so interesting that we're in this place where there's this huge up in arms movement, almost similar to, like, we've been there, done it before with the Luddites. I mean that seriously, where the Industrial Revolution came about, and like this was bad, and they went around smashing the machinery and all that sort of stuff. The Luddites, you can look into it if you want to. But
regulation needs to happen.
Yes, there needs to be, because the problem is with great power comes great responsibility, and AI yields great power. And it uses great amounts of power too, to be perfectly honest.
But go to a place where you have, go to a place, instead of contaminating all the...
Where there are no water resources,
right?
Like the Silicon Valley,
go to
for
a place
example.
Where you could have wide open solar and a cleansing purification of the water before it goes back into the, there's things that could be done.
There's a whole lot can be done, but it needs somebody, unfortunately, that realizes that the needs of many outweigh the needs of the few, especially the needs of the one. But unfortunately, our kakistocracy believe the needs of the one outweigh the needs of the many, and more power to the billionaires. So that's not how it's going to work.
No more power to the billionaires.
No, that's not how it's going to work. I'm sorry.
What do you have as your last thing here?
That not all experiences of this are going to be bad. And let me tell you for why. Because even this morning, I could have got me knickers in a twist because it snowed overnight, and we've got an appointment we need to go to straight after this. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to clear the rest of the driveway uber quick. But I could have got my knickers in a twist, but I didn't. I am trying to do my best to respond and not react, and realise, well, this isn't bad. This is light and fluffy. It's quick, So between us, we'll divide and conquer. She's going to look after the clock, so I'll get us ready to go. But even before that, as you know, we're working on our new website. Hey, good morning. How are you, Sean? Good to see you, mate. We're working on the new website, and it is involving an amalgam of Lisa and I, with her incredible artistic sort of exquisite taste in what looks good, because I'm way too corporate. I really am. I'm too clinical and just not the same. It fulfilled a purpose.
All right, you're getting off in the weeds.
But I'm able to use my tech chops now to actually come up with a brilliant database publishing solution, and I've just worked out just this morning how to do a mutation, which is a stacked mutation. So, I'm loving it. You don't need to know about that. It's fun. I'm not being condescending.
Stick to the program, or it's going to be too long.
You can. Mercury retrogrades are a perfect time to revisit
finish up
things,
old business,
especially if you have been working on making major changes. That's what I was trying to say. If you said, well, this needs a major change, this needs a complete rethink and a revisit, now is a hell of a good time to go back to it and be surprisingly effective in that. And that's what I'm harnessing on. That's what I'm working on. And fixing shit. Broken shit. Retrogrades are a great time to fix broken shit. Seriously. And fixing your own broken shit is a good idea for this particular one as well.
Okay.
I'll shut up
So
now.
Mercury, that's the next segment here is the Mercury retrograde that begins today, but I'm sure you've all been feeling it for the last couple of weeks.
I've been feeling it.
Now, this is going to be in Pisces, so we see again this Pisces Virgo energy, right? So the retrograde is in Pisces, and Mercury is going to be staying in Pisces for 69 days.
That's not sure.
So we're not getting out of this communication through Pisces, commerce through Pisces, which I talked a lot about Mercury in the last.
Whispering Bob's on his own login.
Oh, there you go. I talked a lot about Mercury retrograde in the last Academy thing as well. All right. So here comes this added pressure. Mercury in Pisces, added anxiety, added energy that says, well, what are you going to do and how are you going to do it? And how are you going to repeat yourself? Because if you don't repeat yourself, people aren't going to hear what you're saying. And how are you going to manage this all, So this Mercury retrograde,
It's a nag.
it's going to be retrograde from right now until March 20th. But then we're in the shadow for a period of time, and it's not going to leave Pisces till the beginning of April, right? Prolonged by we've got a little extra time. This is going to be indelible. We've got to get this right. So, what can you purify? What can you think deeply about? What bad habits can you get rid of? What purging or cleansing can you do? All right. It's going to really ask you to deal with your self-undoing. That's Pisces. And I think we're going to see a lot more stuff come down between now and April with the Epstein files and things that are going to be in our face personally, right? Because these things happen globally, countrywide, family-wide, community-wide, and personally. We're going to see a lot of stuff illuminated to us personally, that now is the time to redo, rethink, revive, re-energize, revisit, repair, all that kind of stuff. All right. We're also having a lot of solar storm activity, and between that and this Virgo eclipse and this Mercury retrograde, we may see a lot of issues with those kind of things: commerce, communication, internet, and just being able to speak clearly. Okay? But the icing on the cake, or the bitch of it all, is that while this is happening,
The turd in the swimming pool, if not the icing on the cake, eh?
we have Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus. Both of these planets rule. Mars is in Aquarius, and the ruling planet of Aquarius is Uranus, one of, right? So here's this let's rock humanity kind of thing. Let's take action. And Mars is going to force that Taurus-Uranus thing to rise up even more Earth activity with, earthquakes and all the things that we already talked about: environment, water, and
Climate,
expect
weather.
the unexpected. This is very, very intense time, this next month or so. So we really have to take into consideration all the things the eclipse governs and is pushing us towards, and all the things that we see with Mercury retrograde and where that's going off in our chart. Where's your Pisces, right? It's going to be opposite where Virgo is, right? So if you're having it in your financial house, you're also having it in other people's money, because that's where this Mercury retrograde is. But this Uranus square, Mars square Uranus, okay? Volatile.
That's a good word, isn't it?
Yep.
Volatile.
It only lasts a few days, like a week or so, but it's right now.
Yep.
Volatile energy, action and anger, disruption and shock, unpredictable and explosive. Not just what's going on around you, but your own personal energy. And we have all this emotional stuff, so it's going to affect our mood.
Try to think before you speak.
There's this push and desire for freedom, an urge to break away.
You can't tell me what I can do.
An urge to break away from routines so we could harness that to change our health habits. An urge that makes us feel confined to a situation. It can also push for impulsive rebellion. People act without thinking, right? Bold decisions, erratic behaviors, big decisions and choices. You may be having some choices and decisions to make in the next couple of weeks that are huge and life-changing. And I heard something yesterday in the political realm that they were talking about when the president has to make a huge decision. Sometimes they really don't know if it was the right decision or not until they make it. And I think that's something to think about with this Mars-Uranus. You may have big choices to make, and you may not really be able to discern if you're making the right choice or not till after you make it. So it's very important that you don't act out or act too soon, right? This is also a time of accidents and irritability, right? You have no patience, so you tend to be pushy, and that could lead you into an accident, okay? High speeds, recklessness. We need to take extra care around our driving and our physical activity, how we do things. If we have a weakened body part, don't stress it. And machinery, right?
Be careful with chainsaws, people.
This is a really intense time. So embrace your inner rebel.
Yeah.
But use it for good, right? So think about things that are bringing you anxiety. How do you deal with them? How do you process them? How do you act responsibly to make the changes you need to make? How do you communicate deeply and responsibly to bring stabilization and balance? And how do you ground yourself during this volatile, intense, crazy time? It's really, really important that we take heed, right? These things that are here are just as much an opportunity as they are an oppression.
Absolutely.
But how we take care of it, that's our business.
It is, and you can't just like
Ignore
pull
it.
the denial card here. A change is going to come. So, better it be that you be on top of the situation rather than buoyed away. And just, it's almost like an alchemical work that's going on here. Part of the magnum opus of ourselves, of our, nobody rises to the occasion. You simply fall back on your training, on what you know. So what have you learned? What have you learned here? And a change is going to come, and, let's make that change good, that positive magnum opus, a change in the self. We've got purification, and we need to purge some crap out, undoubtedly.
Yes, no felling 100-foot trees over power lines.
That's probably not wise. And also
no risk taking. Calculation
avoid
is
unnecessary
important.
risk. You need to think quickly, but you need to think. Don't just be knee-jerk reaction. I'm just going to fight everybody, because that ain't going to work. Choose your battles.
All right.
Choose how you're engaging.
So
here.
now, because of our time constraints today,
She's going to do
I
it.
have 10 minutes to do 20 cards.
I'm going to beg you guys to find 4 more super chats because it really helps our channel grow if we can do that. Just 4. It doesn't matter how much. Come on, peeps. You can do it. And we'd love you for it.
I'm just going to go really quickly.
How about it?
Because most of what our podcast is about today is the things we just spoke about so that you guys can be prepared or understand that you're not crazy, that there's a lot of intense stuff that's happening all together that's not happened all together before, probably for you.
That doesn't mean that you're not crazy, though.
Not? All right. Taylor. Taylor. A time for building, constructing, redecorating, rearranging, and implementing some plans, or at least getting some plans on paper. Somehow gaining your footing about where you're going and what you want to be. Making some good decisions regarding the future. All right. Logan. Logan. More listening, less acting. Okay? So you might get a download of information and you might think, well, that's a really great idea. I'm just going to act on it. It's better if you get the idea, think it over, and work out what the outcomes could be by acting on that idea. Don't
go off half-cocked, mate.
Peggy, it's all about boundaries.
Come here, go away.
You need to set some boundaries for these next few weeks so that you do have the time to do the inner introspection work. It doesn't mean that you abandon others, but it does mean that you need to set some time and space that you do not get interrupted or sucked into other people's work and drama.
Well said, Savannah. Avil ben vid bont.
Gilda wishes can come true. Figure out how you fit in. Where do you fit in? What is your role? And what is your responsibility? And then really put in that energy what you'd like to manifest that could grow from your role or where you fit. Savannah. Savannah. Time to stand back up for yourself. Time to get back in that driver's seat, not just figuratively, but literally, and make the calls you need to make, be concise, redo, rework, reinform, and just as an aside note, you know what I mean? Uranus rules X-rays. And Uranus is in Taurus for the last little bit. So this is your time to take care of that.
That was cryptic.
Yeah, but she knows what I mean.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
Yaf. Ooh, Yaf. I think that this speaks about some travel on the tree. It is a great time financially for you, I think. But I think it's also going to be a very revealing an understanding time of the self and using this new knowledge to manifest good things.
Can we get 2 more super chats? That's all we need. You're just wonderful. We love you guys. Thank you. It makes such a difference. It helps our channel grow. It really does.
Lizette. I think this has to do with public speaking. I don't know what you do actually, or where you really work or whatever, but this is like you having to train someone else or you having to transfer information. This is a very positive card about that, but do recognize that this is a very weird time to try to speak. So make really, really good notes or go over your presentation 3 or 4 times before you have to give it and you'll be fine.
Yes, put this Jacob's cream cracker in your mouth. You can't have any water.
Why do you always have to go on weird tangents when I'm trying to be serious?
And now speak clearly.
All right, Jess. Jess. if we never take a risk, we never find out where it could lead. Now, I know I just said this Mars energy is not a time to take big risks.
To be risk adverse, actually. But
However, if there is something that you've been working on for a period of time, there are a lot of positive energies to help you take action in that direction. Okay? So it might be a time to have faith in what you've already processed and faith in what you already know, and take that leap.
thank you so much, Jen Johnson, for the other super deal. Just one more to go with that.
Susan.
One more.
Susan, this is a time for you to really do some emotional checkup work, right? You may feel that you're on the outside of something that you're not really on the outside of, especially if you've been feeling lonely or isolated. Now is the time to check the habits that make you feel that way, right? What routine are you in, or what do you do repeatedly that brings you to this feeling of isolation that may or may not be as real as you perceive it? God, I have to go faster.
Whispering Bob, yeah, you're doing great. I'm going to be very quiet.
This is Bob. Bob, this is victory, right? This is victory. So something that you've been working on is going to come to a close, and I think that you'll feel you've come out on top. But it's going to be really, really important that you use everything you've got. What's really interesting about this card is that it's the Six of Wands, but you only see 5 warriors. 1 is hidden. So there's something that you've got going on behind the scenes, or something that you know you could use that's like your secret weapon. It's time to use it.
It is, and we just hit our goal. You guys are just bloody awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thrice thank you. Great.
All right.
Continue.
Lori.
Thank you for getting us there, Meredith.
Lori. I don't think that you usually have papers to sign or documents to sign, but I get the feeling that this is some sort of lease or contract, or I don't know. It could be some change that you're making in finances. I'm not quite sure, but this is the card, of scrutiny. So be especially mindful to look through everything. Don't just think what the person told you is what's actually happening. Look at what the details are. It's perfectly fine to finish up old business during Mercury retrograde. It's perfectly time to take action during this Mars push. But you have to kind of make sure that somebody's not pulling the wool over your eyes. So it could also have to be do with some sort of health routine or medication. That's also possible because we have that Virgo energy. But just, as long as you take heed and give the attention to detail that's needed, you'll be okay. All right, Kimberly. Kimberly, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 step forward, 1 step back. Oh my God, I'm in the same spot I just was, right? You might be feeling like you're treading water, that as much as you work as you're doing, you just boop, 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 boop. Oh, I'm right back here where I started. But something is shifting and some information is coming in. This guy's lying in the symbol for Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. So there is higher learning coming. There's information coming that you can use to go 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps forward, and stop backtracking. I might pay my car off earlier. Ooh, sounds good.
There you go.
All right.
Go with your bad self.
Anna, Florida Anna. Financial security. I kind of feel like this is something you've been fighting for a while, back and forth, back and forth. And now there is a closure, a completion, and I think it's going to bring you great financial security. So try not to have anxiety about it. Firm footing, balance, and do what you need to do to make that happen.
If I quickly address Laurie's thing, I'll do it in 2 seconds. She says, would it be a good idea to pay your car off? Scrutiny there, seriously. Sometimes it can help your credit tremendously if you maintain a really good payment history. Look how much interest you're going to save. Is it worth it? Because to maintain the good, like I'm paying it early kind of thing, works great as well.
Mercury rules short distance travel, and that would be finishing up old business and taking responsibility and fulfilling a contract. So yes, it's perfectly fine at this time to do something like that. I'm just saying make sure they're not tacking on some interest that you shouldn't have to pay. Look at the details. All right. Jen J.
That's exactly right. Look at the details.
You are good enough and you do know what's going on. There seems to be this regret or energy that is making you lose confidence in yourself. So I would say use this energy, this emotional energy, to turn yourself. Now, I know that you are Sag, so you're one of the signs being affected by that squaring eclipse energy, but you can use it to eclipse out the sadness, the darkness, the disbelief, the unconfident kind of energy, and turn around to the cups of hope, right? And see that you can move forward. Change is huge, especially the more we know about where we're going, right? Sometimes we think, oh my God, I can't believe I wasted all that time on that because I didn't know this. And that's kind of what's happening. There's a transition here, a transformation, and no guilt, honey. You've got it now. Go with it. Okay. Helena, my fellow Aquarian.
Can I just borrow your... I'm just going to make a note here. Not a channel member.
Okay. Helena 2 came out. There is a big opportunity, but you have to take it. Change is bad, I know. But I think Mars is going to push you, and I think that's a good thing. If you don't go through the doorway, you won't get into the next space. Patience and waiting time is over, right? Time to take the leap. Time to take the step. All right. Meredith. If we never take on a challenge, we don't know how to defeat a challenge, how to overcome a challenge. Sure. This looks like you're right in the throes of it, right? Earlier he said there's no way around it or over it. You have to go through it. And I think that's where you're at. But I also think that by the time we get to that April shift of Mercury moving in to Aries, you'll be in a better space. When you look closely at this card, these guys have no idea what they're doing. They're all dressed in different colors. They're all just waving their wand in a different direction. They're not helping. They're just creating chaos. So my advice to you is just step away. Step away from the chaos. Meet the challenge and make the decisions and do what's best for you. That's hard sometimes.
Far from the madding crowd, as they say.
All right. Heather. Sticking out over here, Heather. Ooh. You're going to sort something out with work. So I know there's been like this push and pull back and forth. Don't I? I do see some sort of contract and wish fulfillment. Maybe it's something you applied for, a position or a benefit or something like that. And it is going to come to the table. So then you're in Lori's boat where you got to look at all the details. This is the contract I asked for example. Is it really? Are all the details there? Or did they omit something that's a deal breaker? So scrutinize and you'll be fine. And it's very much okay to look forward to positive change. All right, Eva. Oh my God, I'm going as fast as I can.
You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. We're okay. We're okay.
Eva.
Relax, relax.
Sometimes we do have to start a new phase. I know you're just finishing up your Saturn return, which is a huge, big, fat, hairy deal.
Bless.
Right? It's very transformative. And I do think you're moving on to gain the last bit of things that you didn't quite get, right? So during your Saturn return, you went through a lot and you did a lot of transforming, a lot of accumulating of really good energy, a lot of learning, a lot of just shifting your perspective. And now I think you're going to shift your perspective again and see things in a very different way through a very different lens. Sean. Ooh. It's okay to be our own worst enemy, but then we have to realize what's being lit for us to take care of. So, the Capricorn Saturn energy can feel very, very restricting, very heavy, and just make us feel defeated before we start.
Mm-hmm.
So you may be really, really pushed by this eclipse, Moonchild, to take on that spark of new life, to take on this energy that is meant for you to stand up to giants and overcome things. So be prepared that you may be spending a lot of energy and discipline yourself in order to break bad habits and create new routines and take on the light that's being offered. Kaylee.
Last but not least.
Oh my God. It was like 20 readings in 20 minutes and not even a minute apiece.
Speed reading. She's doing speed reading.
All right, Kaylee. Time to recognize you're not stuck. I think sometimes we do get ourselves in routines and schedules and we think there's no escape from that. But there is an escape. You just have to plan it. Right?
And speaking of planets.
No, planets, yeah. No, seriously, it's okay to put a different section in your routine, right? There are some restrictions. I mean, we all have to lead our lives and we all are responsible for the things we're responsible for, but it doesn't mean you can't change it up. So there might be an opportunity here to, take the blindfold off and see something you didn't see before that will help you move forward or make the changes that you want to make. So I think that you are not necessarily honoring your potential, that you may be smarter than you think or know more than you allow yourself to know. So this is about collecting all those things and moving forward. Use this as a good opportunity. There may be new work for you or a way to change routines. Okay, card of the week. I don't know how we could really have any more advice than we got through all that astrological stuff, but let's see.
It's time to fashion a helmet out of tin foil.
All right.
Hey, this is actually a good card.
Multitasking.
Given what we're dealing with, this is
all
good.
Right. So we know two different shoes, shoe and a boot. This is, again, kind of like, how do we fit in? How do we deal? How do we communicate? How do we keep all the shit at bay? Through hard work and great attention to detail.
And whack-a-mole.
Yeah. So just know that's what we're all up against. Hard work, big changes, attention to detail. Don't get sucked in to bad emotional situations and bad habits that we've accumulated. It's time to release. It's time to redo some things, renew some things, and take advantage of this really harsh, crazy energy. You are not alone. You are not crazy. I said the most important things is to find stability, balance, and a way to deal.
Mm-hmm. It is. I want to just add two tiny little things to this, and this is there's no such. We say this again and again and again and again. There is no such thing as a catastrophe, right? Okay, this may not be the absolutely super sweet, wonderful, fantastic astrological energy that we could wish for. However, that doesn't mean it's bad. You know, the motto of the RAF: "Par arda ad astra," through adversity to the stars. Only if we're challenged do we learn to, as Lisa said earlier, overcome challenge and grow as a result of that. So long as you've got your chops here, right? So long as you apply what you've learned over the years, and hopefully you have learned something. If you haven't, well, I'm afraid you're screwed, and this will be a learning experience for you. But if you're prepared to take on board the stuff that you've learned and apply it creatively, keep a level head, mental acuity, all right? Good reasoning powers, scrutinize, look again, but be prepared to respond really effing quickly. There's a lot going on and you need to keep on top of it. Now is not a time to let your guard down and sit on your ass, okay? It just isn't.
Especially if you're Virgo or Pisces, this is very intense. It's like intense for all of the signs because you've got that Virgo, Pisces, and what squares them. You've got Aquarius and Taurus and their opposite signs. You know, nobody's having a free ride here. There's some really intense pressurized stuff. We've all got to figure out how to get through it. You can't just sit down and let it roll over you. Well, you could.
You could, but
then you'd be
you ain't going
lost
to benefit from that.
mire.
You'll get carried away by the tidal wave or whatever. So listen, you're not a victim here. Okay, that's the first thing. This is not aimed at you personally. It is, but it isn't about you. You know what I mean?
Happened to everyone.
So learn to deal. Okay, learn to deal and learn to deal with it well, and you will persist. If you can keep your chops up here, you will persist. All right. And this is good. This is good stuff, peeps. Don't squander this opportunity.
Right.
You can make permanent, lasting change in a very, very, very good way. Like we're talking
in a short time.
Yeah,
too.
In a short time. You can, if you
Honestly,
get this right, you'll be super productive.
Something that you've been working on maybe for years. You have the
Exactly.
challenge here to fix it, and you could fix it in a few weeks. Something that's been harboring in your place for years.
It's I need to get around to it. Well, you know what? You got your bloody round to it. So
Take it on.
Get off your butt. Do it.
Take it on.
Take it
bang
on.
a gong, get it on.
Get it
All
on.
right, we gotta go.
We gotta go because we literally
drive
gotta
and
go.
everything else.
We gotta go.
And we don't want to drive quickly and erratically and take a risk of an accident.
We are trying to get ahead of things. So
right.
while Lisa takes care
Peace
of the
and
clocks,
blessings.
I'll go
Thank you
clean the
very,
driveway.
very, very much.
Thank you. Sean reports the store is already all shoveled out and ready for go. So we've got some amazing stuff. Go get your butts around there. Say hi to us all. And thank you for joining us. Thank you especially for doing that. Please do take a moment. Share this on your social media if you can. We'd love to do that.
Especially if you know any Virgos or Pisces.